Ciao, it's Ian Dagata from the Terroir Sense Wine Academy, and here I am to talk to you about Bordeaux, world's most famous wines, let's face it. Bordeaux is just a beautiful city, one of France's most beautiful cities, very active, very energetic, very young. I totally recommend you visit. It sits on a river called the Garonne. The Garonne joins with the Dordogne River to create the Gironde estuary. The whole Gironde department is France's biggest viticultural region. Imagine there's over 120,000 hectares of vines. That is almost twice as much as the second region in France, which is the Rhone. In Bordeaux, you make over 700 million bottles of wine a year. That's a lot of wine. Not only that, there's over 8,500 producers, the famous Bordeaux chateaus, and there's 54 appellations. The really important ones are the left bank appellations from north to south: Saint-Estèphe, Pauillac, Saint-Julien, Margaux, and these are all north of the city of Bordeaux, south of the city of Bordeaux, Pessac, Léognan, and Graves. These are all left bank appellations of the Garonne River. There is also the right bank, in fact the right bank of the Dordogne River, and there you have the very famous appellations of Pomerol and Saint-Emilion. Why is that important? It's important because the soils are different. On the left bank you have mostly gravel with limestone, and on the right bank you mainly have clay with limestone, and that means that different grapes want different things. So left bank wines are mostly Cabernet Sauvignon, right bank wines are mostly Merlot. In fact, a typical left bank wine is going to be 70 to 80% Cabernet Sauvignon with a little bit of Merlot, and even less Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot, and Malbec. On the right bank, all the right bank wines are roughly 80 to 90% Merlot and 10 to 20% Cabernet Franc. There's a couple of exceptions like Chateau Cheval Blanc and Chateau Lafleur that are roughly 55% Cabernet Franc. But they really are the greatest wines in the world. And in fact, now because of climate change, we have allowed some other great varieties in Bordeaux. As of 2019, producers there can also use Touriga Nacional, the Portuguese grape, Castex, Henri Narnois, and Marcelin, which is the grape that's giving world-class wines in China. Same thing with the white grapes. The white grapes of Bordeaux are Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc, mainly Semillon, but Sauvignon Blanc is being planted more and more because it yields more and gives fresher, easier going wines. I don't think though that they're as complex, so I think Semillon is very important. But there too, they've allowed new grapes because of climate change, so now you can also use Lilio Ria and Alvarinho. You know, the area of Bordeaux has been making wine for centuries. Already in the 1st century, the ancient Romans were planting grapes there. A very famous Bordeaux chateau, for example, called Chateau Ausone, takes its name from a Roman poet. Already in the 12th and 13th centuries, the wines of Bordeaux were famous, probably sweeter wines back then. Thanks to the English and the Dutch, the whole area became very, very famous because they were big traders. The Bordeaux area is famous not just for dry red wines and dry white wines, but also sweet white wines. The sweet white wines of Bordeaux are among the world's best. The wines of Sauternes and Barsac, also made with Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc, but often hit by noble rot. Noble rot is a fungus that will activate in special vintages where there's alternating hot and cold days and a little humidity. And what the noble rot does is it causes the grapes to shrivel on the vine and adds molecules, so the wine becomes very rich, very honeyed, and very complex. Really some of the greatest wines in the world. Bordeaux is really a must-visit area, and you will never regret trying a good Bordeaux wine.